Rolling.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. While this quote is forever engraved in history by the late United States President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, this sentiment has existed for centuries, if not longer, and it is going to be the highlight of tonight's episode. This is your host, Sweet Tea. This is the Catch the Sky podcast. You may find us on Twitter at CTS Terry or at CTS Safe. You may interact with us on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you listen to podcasts, including YouTube, by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast. Thank you for tuning in. In tonight's episode, I will be talking about fear. I will share some of my fears with you, but also discussing just the idea of being afraid in general. This will be somewhat of a primer for a future episode that I will be having with Dick Francisco, in which we discuss insecurities. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about fear, which I believe is the base to all insecurities, is being afraid of something. So, in my current situation, I've dove into this house that I'm going to be renovating, and a lot of this is new to me. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to probably fuck up. There's got to be a lot of things that I'm going to have to do over. And that's going to be a lot of failure. And so I need to just start accepting that and not be afraid to fail, because that's just part of the learning experience. That goes for anything in life, really. But that's my current situation. In addition, I have some other fears. People might call them phobias. One being needles. I don't like having things injected into me or blood drawn or anything like that. Kind of freaks me out. So feel free to share any of your fears or phobias with us on the Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter or wherever. I'm not a huge fan of arachnids, so scorpions, spiders, they kind of tweak me out a little bit. I try my best to not kill insects or any sort of wildlife or anything like that, but yeah, they kind of freak me out, especially if they can hurt me. If it's a threat, if it's mano-a-mano, then I'm going to tune a scorpion up. Those fears, though, that type of fear, again, comes from a threat against my life, right? Or my safety, my security, my comfort, whatever. And therefore, I'm afraid to be hurt or worse. And so I react appropriately, unless I want to just accept death from a spider bite or a scorpion. There's similar fears, though. Losing a job, fear of financial insecurity or instability, and that, I'm sure, weighs on a lot of people's minds. So really, it's fear of the unknown, of what's to come. Some people might willingly accept death by a spider bite because they know that they're going to go to heaven. That's their belief. I'd still roll the dice and try and take a little more time on this planet before I tap out, but that's just me. So if I think about it deeply enough, it seems like the origin of fear is really a threat to our livelihood in one way or another. But if we let that fear preoccupy us, then we're never going to take the steps necessary to succeed and assure that the things that we are afraid of most don't come to fruition. So that is the essence of the quote and the idea that FDR shared. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So if we can just overcome our fears of the unknown and take hold of our own destiny and take risks like I've taken. I'm not saying go buy a house. Do whatever. Do something different if you feel it's necessary. Don't be afraid. We only have one life. I've taken a lot of risks lately, and a lot of them have blown up in my face, but I tried. And I can say I tried. And I'm proud of that. So please feel free to find us again on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you listen to podcasts by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast, or on Twitter at CTS Terry. And go ahead and share some of your fears with us, things that you're scared of, or maybe things that you want to try, risks that you want to take, but just haven't had the courage to take it yet. Maybe this is your year. Go for it. 2022. It's all about you. I appreciate you tuning into this brief episode of the Catch the Sky podcast. And until next week, keep trying to catch the sky.